Hello, dear friends. This is Akanksha, and you're watching my editorial of The Hindu. Today, we'll be doing the analysis of the Hindu editorial dated 17th of April 2018. And before that, just dream big, really big. Okay. Now, the topic is slippery slick on center's oil policy. Okay, we all know that oil prices are determined by international organizations, and whereas every country can have its own duties on it and exercise some rules and restrictions, but overall the prices are determined by the international agencies. Acha, can you all tell me what are the countries that export us oil? Okay, for that let's have a short review. First of all, first the basics and then the article. That would make our things very simple and easy for us to understand. Okay, Organization for Petroleum Exporting Countries, you all know the headquarters is in Vienna. Is it Austria? Correct. The headquarters is in Vienna, Austria. And the founding members of this organization are Iran, Iraq, as you all might know. Then we have big Saudi Arabia. Then we have Kuwait and Venezuela. And the first meeting was held in Baghdad, which is the capital of Iraq. So founding members, we all know the Gulf, basically the Persian Gulf countries like Iran, Iraq, not Persian Gulf, or Gulf countries like Iran, Iraq, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, and Venezuela. One Venezuela. Okay. Where is Venezuela? It's in South America. Okay, correct. Now we have in OPEC, we have 14 members. How many countries are its members? 14. And the first meeting was done in Baghdad, capital of Iraq. And the 14 countries which are members of this organization for petroleum exporting countries are, you all know these five. Okay, then we'll again do them so that we just have them inbuilt and engrossed into our minds. We want things to get instilled. Is it important for us to learn? Yes. And you know what? Simultaneously, you must also learn how to, deliver yourself, write down your notes, keep on revising them, and also learn how to speak them and deliver before people. It's also important to build up your personality. You must know how to speak. Just try and speak up your mind. Okay, the members are, it's written in alphabetical order since I've taken the data from Wikipedia. It's Algeria, Angola, Ecuador. See, Ecuador also has, big. It's an equatorial country, and a big portion of it is covered with forest. And underneath the forest, we have big supplies and deposits of coal. And this country was once in news because it wanted to, just get some prizes to build up its economy. And so, but it did not have the sufficient money. So what it did was it asked the international various big countries, the developed the nations, to help it with some money. Otherwise it's going to cut the equatorial forest present there. Okay, so because these equatorial forests are very important for the climatic point of view, so various countries signed some have some meetings, and various points are going on for this country. So it's in news, you can just read about it. Then we have first Algeria, Angola, Ecuador, Equatorial Guinea. We have Gabon, Iran, Iraq, Kuwait, Libya, Nigeria, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, UAE, and Venezuela. So these are the countries. Once again, Algeria, Angola, Ecuador, Equatorial Guinea. From A we have two, from E we have two. We have Gabon, we have Iran, Iraq, Kuwait, Libya, Nigeria, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, UAE, and Venezuela. Basically, the Persian Gulf nations are the biggest. They constitute about two-thirds of the total oil export in the world. Though we have new few competitors coming into market, like we have Russia, we have US, we have China, and Russia is also exporting oil, and US is exporting shale oil. And you all know what shale oil is. The oil that has been deposited beneath because of the deposition of the skeletons of the shale fishes. Now we'll just see quickly. Is there anything left here? Okay, yes. Now let's start from the beginning. Now we all know that we are reading this article, and International Energy Agency. Energy Agency is an international organization that regulates the petroleum prices all over the world, the crude oil prices, and it manages its supply, and how countries are going to carry out the production process, what amount they have to produce. It's actually sometimes mutually decided by the countries, and sometimes actually the regulations are exercised by this IEA, International Energy Agency. Its headquarters is in Paris, which is in France. On the Seine River, yes. Now, see, it's very important for us to understand that OPEC is those countries for which export oil, or that have been exporting oil since ages. Those countries, there was a time when they used to produce oil in abundance, and when you produce things in abundance, definitely the price are going to, shirk, or the prices will come down. Now, don't now when the prices are low, products are cheap, definitely there will be more utilization, and therefore these member nations of OPEC decided to reduce the production to some level, so that the prices don't slump and our economies don't dwindle. So they said that, okay, we'll be exercising some restrictions on the production of oil every day, and that was around 2 lakh barrels per day reduction should be from the total amount of oil that they produce from these nations every day. It's per day, not month or year. It's per day. Per day, 2 lakh barrel come coming around 201,000 barrels to be reduced. But you know what? They have been following this as strategy, but the competitors that came in market, like US with shale oil, which they extract through hydraulic, hydraulic fraction method. You all know what hydraulic ejection and fraction method. It's like, you have hard rocks, and beneath the rocks you have shale oil. Now, how are you going to, just dig into the hard rock? You're going to utilize some technique, some very hardcore technique, which is very extensive and requires a lot of money and cash. So that is actually, let's give a short review of it. It's like when you eject some water along with sand and some chemicals into the rocks, and you just try and drill it, then the oil is extracted. It's a very, it's not a very environment friendly process, because it contaminates continuously your air, water, and the various natural resources. So it's sometimes not considered very, very environment friendly and eco friendly. So US actually but you know what, since these nations have said that, okay, we are going to reduce the production of oil per day by 2 lakh barrels, but still the overall in the world we have 180,000 barrels increment. Means, though these OPEC countries have reduced, but still these countries like US, when they have came into the, came into the picture, and they have came into the field, they have actually led to an increase of 180 barrels per day production of this, either your crude oil or shale oil. Definitely the shale oil, because they have been, extracting it at a very fast pace, and there's nothing stopping them these days, because they have the technology, they have the money, they have the drillers, they actually have the technology also. So they're just extracting it in full swing. We all know that there was a time in 2014 when the oil prices, they just dwindled, and there was a slump in oil prices because of the heavy production from everywhere. Now the productions were reduced. Now that time the barrels were at like $40 per barrel, but now the product, the prices, they keep on moving from top to down like a roller coaster, and there should be some international regulations on these oil prices, so that, it's not always a game that today the price is this, tomorrow it's this. Something that should regulate the prices, so that in the international market as well as in the national market we can have some stability. For maintaining that stability, even our prime minister said that, please just stop, running this roller coaster, and bring some responsible oil pricing technologies and, strategies into picture, into function. And now the prices today are around $70 each barrel, so the difference is huge. Now what happens is, when the prices are reduced in the international market, or they see, when the prices are reduced in the international market, what a country does is, so that to reduce the amount of consumption that a country does, the government imposes some duties on the import products of on the petroleum and its various associated products. But that's that's acceptable, because we can't actually, just waste petroleum, because it's such a crucial resource, and it's it's conventional energy resource, but it's non-renewable. Once it's lost forever. We cannot, afford wasting it, and therefore the country exercises various rules and duties to just limit its consumption. At the same time, the government says is, this is when the prices are high in the market, prices are low in the market, then we put on some duties. But what happens when the prices are high? When the prices are high, the government is not taking any step to lower down the burden from the consumer's shoulder. At least they must get the prices of petrol at the at some fixed amount, so that every time they do not have to, they always have get a, oh, today the prices have risen. So this is something that should not happen to them, because once you're reaping the benefits when the prices are low, but let the customers reap the benefit when the prices are high, so that they get it at some fixed price. At that time, just reduce the duties. So that is what is given in this article, is to let the benefit transfer process come into action, so that people can actually understand how they are going to manage themselves and manage their economic status every time when the prices of these products, shift or move, slump and come down and raise. It actually is a burden on the common man's pocket, so that burden should be reduced. And there should be something like fuel price deregulation or regulation, so that deregulation means every time, international agencies put some new thing into picture and prices change. So there should be something, or just re-regulate it, make the nations decide what the prices are. This is actually what the worlds are thinking about doing. And very important thing related to this aspect is that climate is a very important factor, and we must all try to, reduce the consumption of petroleum, so that, and its products, so that we can actually lead to some some peaceful life and leave some resources for the generations to come. What we call a sustainable development. So this was all for this video. I think if you like, then please make notes, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like my video, because I think it's really important for us to know these topics and to be aware of what's happening around us. So just till then, dream big, really big, because only dreams can help you become a better man. And don't forget to subscribe and like my channel. Thanking This is Kanksha Gupta signing off. Thank you.